Hello everyone, you're welcome to another tutorial. My name is Bola. If this is your first time here, you are highly welcome. And to my returning subscribers, thank you very much. Today we'll be making this maxi gown, off-shoulder elastic maxi gown. We'll be making this off-shoulder elastic maxi gown. You can rock it with or without belt. This is how it looks when you put on the belt with it. You can either wear it with belts or without the belts. So let's get started. I have my fabric on the table, and these are the materials I'll be needing for this tutorial. I have the elastic, the scissors, the elastic itself, the tape measure, the chalk, my ruler, and my armhole cuff. Okay. The first thing we'll be doing on the fabric is to take my guideline rule. I'll be taking 1/2 inch for my guideline rule. And from the guideline rule, I'm going to determine the inches I'll be using for my casing, for the elastic casing. I'll be determining the inches I'll be using for the elastic casing from the guideline rule. So I noted 1.5 on my fabric. That will be for the elastic casing. You can see I'm measuring the elastic. The elastic I'm using is about 0.75. So because we still want some allowance around the elastic, so I'll be using 1.5 inches for the elastic casing. And from that line, I'll be determining my measurements. I'm going to fold it in. I'll fold it in. I'll take my tape measure. I'm dropping my off shoulder by 5 inches. Because it's off shoulder gown, I'll be dropping by 5 inches. I will put 5 inches on the line there. So I'm going to measure the gown length. The gown length I'm working with is 60 inches. And I'll be noting 1 inch for the seam allowance, for the folding in allowance. I haven't done that. I'll move over to the upper parts. From that line, I'm going to determine my armhole. I'll be determining my armhole. The armhole measurement I'm working with is 9 inches. I'll place my tape rule. I'll place 5 inches of my tape rule like that, and I'll measure out 9 inches because I said I'll be dropping my armhole by my off shoulder by 5 inches. So I'll measure from 5. I'll take out 9 inches for the armhole and armhole. So I'm going to make it into a straight line. I'll make it into a straight line. So on the first line there, I'll be determining my bust measurements. I'll be taking my bust measurements. I'll be taking my bust measurements on the first line. While on the armhole line, I'm going to take my bust measurement and I'll be adding 3 inches. Bust measurement plus 3 inches allowance. Since it's a maxi gown, it's not a fitted gown, so I'll be adding 3 inches to it. So I'm going to connect the 2 points together. That is now our armhole. I'll connect the 2 points together to form our armhole. So from that line, I'm going to take it straight down to the end of the gown. I'm going to make it into a straight line to the end of the gown. There's no shape on this gown, it's just a straight gown. So the only measurement we'll be needing is the bust measurements for this gown. The bust measurements and the round shoulder measurements. Those are the 2 measurements we'll be requiring on this gown. So I'm taking 12 inches, also 3 inches for the same allowance. So I'm going to connect the points. I'll just make it into a straight line. So I haven't done that now. I'm going to cut out. I'm cutting both the front and the back piece together. So I'm going to cut out. So this is what we are having after cutting the front piece and the back piece. I'm going to open it up and place it together. So I'm going to take it to my machine. I'll sew it, I'll turn it to the wrong side. I'll sew it by the side. I'll hem the lower part of the gown. So at the upper part, when I insert my elastic, it will come together. So I'm setting it aside now to cut the armhole. Sorry, to cut the sleeve rather. In determining the amount of elastic you'll be needing, you have to take your tape measure around your shoulder. You take your tape measure around your shoulder to determine the amount of elastic you'll be needing for the gown. You take it that way, or you can take your elastic itself around your shoulder. So this is now the gown. I've joined the sides together. I added pockets to it. So we'll be setting it aside to cut the sleeve. I'm taking ½ inch for the guideline, ½ inch for my guideline rule. So I'll be determining 1.5. I'll be taking 1.5 for my casing, elastic casing. I'll take 1.5 from the guideline rule for my elastic casing. I'm determining the length of my sleeve. Then I'm adding few inches to it because I'm going to add elastic also to the sleeve. I'll be adding elastic to the sleeve. So I'll fold the casing in. Because it's an off-shoulder sleeve, I'll drop it by 5 inches. Just as I have dropped it on the gown, I'm taking my sleeve, my step rule on 5 inches. Then I'll measure out 9. I'm going to determine 9 inch for the armhole line. The armhole I'm working with is 9 inches. And on the armhole 9, I'm going to measure my round sleeve. The round sleeve I'm working with is 16 inches. Into 2 will give me 8 inches. I'm going to determine 8 inches on the armhole line. 8 inches. Then I'll be adding 3 inches to it. I'm adding 3 inches to it. So I'll take it down. And on the first line, I'll only be taking 8 inches. So I'll connect the 2 points together. You can use your armhole cuff for the armhole, or you can take the piece that you cut out, from the gown. You can place it. It will also give you the exact armhole measurements you require. Just as I'm showing you the piece you cut out from the armhole when cutting out the gown, you can place it on it. It will give you the exact armhole measurements you require. I haven't done that now. We can then cut out. So I'm going to cut 2 of that sleeve. So I will attach the sleeve to the gown. I will attach the sleeve, then put my elastic, and I will bring it back to show you the outcome of the dress. So this is the final result of our gown. I've added the elastic round it. It's the elastic that will give the gown more fitting. So I've added the elastic at the sleeve also. I've hemmed the lower parts of the gown just to give it a good press. You can rock it with belts, just as I've said earlier, because I made a belt to it. You can rock it with belts or without belts. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, kindly do so. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you. Bye.